Hello, this is FG with EU4 Anbennar. Today we're doing a Mykx run, but I played through as Viacock for a while, just off screen. As you can see, I've done relatively well. I haven't managed to get all of Keteratera, and I probably won't manage to do that, but we have the mandate of the Ket. So this is basically the new system. They've actually made it a unique system. Someone asked about it a long time ago, but basically it functions similarly to default Mandate of Heaven, but you can do a lot more stuff with it. So I won't show all these off, but like down here you can build different things. I Yeah, and if you have 5 satrapies, you can. There's just a whole bunch of different types of stuff. Not all of them even require meritocracy. Some of them just require different amounts of land. If I was to continue this Viacock campaign, I could pretty quickly grab this because I almost have all of Mother Sorrow provinces. I just need this, and then I'll have everything. This is also different from. I'm not sure how this is really supposed to function. It's not a totally complete system, but I want to show this off, and the big thing I wanted to show off was this. At first, our relationship with the beings known as the Ket was one of mere practicality. They have allowed us to rule the lands of Keteratera, and we have facilitated the lifestyles to which they have become accustomed. Over time, we have begun to see the Ket as an expression of our greatest ideals. These creatures live in absolute luxury, never lifting a finger and being worshipped as gods. Increasingly, our nobles have begun to imitate their lifestyles, and we gnolls have come to be seen as an integral part of Keterateran society. Let us fully embrace this change. We shall proclaim our faith in the Ket and declare the foundation of an empire that is both Gnollish and Keterateran. Nolkatep. Yes, we will take. That's an adorable flag. So let's see, what is it like? Force. Nope, that's a really solid. Starters and bonuses. Mandate growth is amazing. Manpower and true faith is great. Liberty Desire is good since you are going to have subjects. Discipline is good. Max Cultures is good. Trade Steering is just merely okay. It's Admin Efficiency is also good. So, I just wanted to show that off, as I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to flip to this because it actually flips you to Elkahedist, which is the new name for the Keterateran religion. Alrighty, I will be back when Mykx actually spawns. Alrighty, I'm back. I just went ahead and conquered the last bits of Keteratera. So now all of, start game Keteratera plus most of this area is under our control. Okay. And we are right there. Colonial ambitions. Time to start planting flags. Alrighty. Wait, I don't want these here. I want this to explore Rune CC. Okay. So, are they actually our historical rivals? No, they're not. That's nice. Probably gonna do that in a little bit. The Mages of Mykx. The Shamans will oversee them. And we are, of course, going to go with native repression because we're gnolls. We're not exactly known for being nice people. Yeah, we'll probably just go with the privateer's way. Frequent elections, consolidation of power, formalize the right to re-election. Let's see. These are probably going to get changed, but for right now, I'll take that just for the development cost. And we will basically just take level 1 advisors, monstrous tribes, more loot, neighboring raid. Nope, damn it. Oh well, wasted money. That was stupid from me. Alrighty, there we go. Now we get punishment articles. Every port and especially every captain has their own laws. These laws, usually written down as a set of articles, are passed on verbally in smaller communities, differ wildly depending on whose town you're in or what ship you're on. For example, some fearsome captains force those who withhold treasure to walk the plank, whilst others maroon them. Others yet give them lashes. These discrepancies bring our realm a great degree of chaos, as criminals can lessen their punishment merely by jumping on or off a ship or fleeing to another island. We must centralize the punishments. I'll actually take colony labor. The crippled and limbless. Many buccaneers are unhappy. Their line of duty is a dangerous one. Yet, when they get seriously injured, not all captains are willing to compensate their crippled crewmates properly. Some towns, which are often visited by particularly ruthless captains, have their streets filled with crippled beggars who weren't fairly compensated at all. Buccaneers are petitioning for the state to pass a nationwide law to ensure that articles on compensation for the crippled is equal on every ship. Such a reform would also help those people pay for doctors and thus hopefully enter the workforce once more. Let me see what the factions are actually like. Yeah, I'll just knock off the captain's influence. Orcish slavery, yep. That shouldn't even be, there shouldn't even be an option for us to say no. Savage flares. And we will also reform the pack military. Yep. And yeah, we get different units, which is cool. We are also going to force a re-election. Then we have exploration ideas. dock for our ship. Yep. We get a dock. Shipyard. How many ships can we have? Nope. These can get mothballed actually, just to save a tiny bit of money. And select mission. Explore Ruined Sea Coast. Alright. One goes there. Our state is disoriented, like a no whelp after their first pint of ale. If we are to remedy this, we should seek to dissipate the fog that is the great unknown of our new world. Let us map our surroundings so we can sober up. As it has become clear in the past few months that there are fertile isles all around us, colonization seems to be a strategically sound option. Gnolls have begun striking deals, investing in colonial ventures, and some are even selling their homes in Mykx for a spot on a venture to greener pastures. With the age of colonialism ahead of us, we need to start preparing colonial infrastructure immediately. Yep, we'll take the extra colonist. And we'll also colonize that. Is this? No, we need to core this. Oh yeah. Also, as I was playing, I grabbed a few extra areas that you don't need to while playing as Mykx. You can pretty easily, just for any of you who play Mykx, you can pretty easily grab Vanale just for a mere 2 stability, just no CB them. And that's generally a good idea, as it will help you pretty quickly get even more areas to raid. Yep, we'll take that. And collect from trade, transfer trade power. We'll take the admin. We are behind on admin, since I was basically out of admin the whole time I was playing for some reason. Can never figure out why I just didn't have enough. It was weird. These guys off. Have a point. And these guys can explore. Yeah, I'll do Southeast Aelantir Sea. There aren't any natives on any of these islands, so we don't have to worry about that for a while. In fact, I should be drilling. When Mykx took the Scourge fleet and maneuvered it to Aelantir, we arrived with nothing but our ships, badly damaged by the perilous journey and weeks without repair. We lost many ships during these times, and we have managed to repair the damage, but our fleet is still in dire need of both reinforcements and a safe haven. Our capital is an obvious location for such a grand dockyard. Mothball this. Build a spy network on them. Build a spy network on them as well. men can we support? Another one, actually. Cotton's a good trade, good. I am interested to see how my former nation goes. Keep Mykx. Yep. Let me try and encourage development here. I don't know, I think we will have to develop our capital at some point, but for right now I think that's good. North Aelantir coast. Oh yeah, this guy is gonna come right down there, so we'll have a place to launch an attack on the CST from. What idea should we go with? Go with expansion and just take the first idea. Explore Broken Sea. Death of a merchant. Yep, take that. What else can we get? Can't take a bunch of Marines right now because we don't have the sailors to do so, but eventually we will. Oh, there goes colonialism. Kawasati. The Canorians are planning to establish a colony to our south on a group of isles that obviously falls within our domain. It is now up to us to ensure they realize that too. Explore northern Thaw coast. Ooh, spices are good. these guys back. There's that colony. Core it. Yeah, we can navally barrage the fort. We can start colonizing. Oh, 11 dev. Good province. Explorers have returned with maps which state these seas are even more rife with islands than we could have hoped. Back in Akan, the amount of isles in Mykx's domain could usually be counted on one hand. Out here, Mykx could one day hold countless islands. Let us start colonizing at once, prioritizing the nearby isles fast. When word from the explorers who first saw Garak's temple from the sea reached the government in Mykx, they were ecstatic. A large precursor structure still standing. It was an alluring sight. Our older folk back in the Divinal remembered how rare and rich those vessels carrying alleged precursor artifacts were. And now that we were in Aelantir, we would be getting the real stuff right from the source. Now that the isle is firmly within our grasp, an expedition has been organized to find out just how much bounty is hidden within. This is their report. Deep in the jungles of Garak, a circular array of towers dominates the landscape, with not even a single vine having grown on them. At the base of the towers is a floor made out of solid white stone, which gives way to multiple winding staircases, as well as gilded doors leading inside the towers. While said doors were easy enough to yank off, most of the doors inside have proven too thick to break through with our current equipment, resulting in our exploration teams coming to dead end after dead end. Eventually, we found a hallway with open doors, which led us to a large room in which we recovered various trinkets. One of the captains who was with us said it reminded her of the cargo she once seized from a Brasani ship headed to Canor, and went on to entertain the crew with a tale of her exploit on the way back to Mykx. We could not make more progress, as further exploitation seems to require missing equipment. What should be done with the relics? Yeah, we'll take the innovativeness. Embrace the reputation. Alright. Alrighty. With the Calisani in our grasp, we can decide their fate. Before our last fort of the Calisani fell, our troops were already going door to door, taking lives, food, booze, and valuables. If we are to have any say in the fate of the Kalasi, we should give an order now. Let them toil our soil. I didn't core it before that because I believe, at least, it takes less points to core same culture provinces. Back in Viacok, true wealth was found to the north, where the Canorians live. Again, we find Canorians to our north and against the coast rife with wealth. We should map these coasts immediately so we can carefully conduct our raids. With raiding at a large scale once more on the menu, the administration is hard at work to pass laws and regulate said raiding. This is necessary to ensure truces are upheld, taxes from raids are paid to the government, and all captains who are on the Republican Navy payroll get due compensation for their work. With the new laws in place making the National Navy available for raiding is now far more profitable for captains who make up our Navy. As such, trust in the government will rise if we ensure a plenitude of raids. If we are to reach the wealth in the north, however, we need nearby safe havens for our ships to operate from. To this end, we should push any foreign settlers who may have claimed such isles out, if we deem it necessary. Alrighty. Money. Alrighty, who else is there? We're going to go in and against Azreport in just a little bit. Elections. Yep. Keep Mykx. Alrighty. Also want to bring our boys right here. Dwarves on ships. When we first saw dwarves on ship, this far from Obdaltungir, we first thought they had finally fallen to Viacok, for no dwarf in their right mind would ever go this far from the mountains to protect their wealth. Yet here they are. Let us spy on their settlements and plunder their coast to see if we can take them. Okay, there goes one colony. Which of these provinces is best? Okay, we'll just take this one then. And we will declare war on Azreport. Here. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, now, time to move some boys over here. If we can get 2 on this island, 2 sets, then we will be good. Okay, we should be able to win the war now. Colonial expansion, of course we take it. take more settlers. Go in, should win the battle. Alrighty, there we go. Nope, wrong coastline. Funeral of Mykx. Yeah, I'll build a heavy ship. She died sooner than I had hoped she would, but it's alright. Okay. We will take everything they got, which includes that. Alright, that should be everything. Send a colonist here. And fate of the dwarves. With the dwarves in our grasp, we can decide their fate. As report burns, the dwarves of Traveler's Rest cower in their homes as Null armies begin looting. Slavers are already loading ships with dwarves to send them to work in construction projects across the country. What should we do with the remaining dwarves? Let them labor in the mines. When we launched our expedition to the temple, we were impressed by the architecture. Its size and shape reminds us of some nobles' houses from the city of Anbennar back home. Yet it is clearly much older and the material is much sturdier. Repairing the fallen pillars, collapsed tunnels, broken stairs is going to take time and resources. Perhaps we can get the dwarves to do it. Alrighty. We can rival Pearl's Edge, Riveria, and we can start coring everything. Already seamen. Heh heh. Okay. Let's get court as well. Can get spy note on them. Okay, we'll start colonizing here. They can go explore Calamity Pass coast. Wait. No, I did not mean to send them. Just gonna have to live with that for a minute then. Okay, this guy can come right here. Army needs to go over here. These guys can explore. That colony right there. Alright, we need to do this. A peer rag is a gnoll or slave whose job it is to clean the docks of corpses, blood, and guts. Not every dock has one, but most do. Duels are commonplace in Mykx, and a primary way to settle disputes in both gnoll and pirate society. However, many captains forbid infighting on their ships, as such pirates often collect their grudges whilst on board until the ship docks at port and they can draw their weapons on one another a few steps off the plank. Many captains are calling for reform, as dueling culture is costing them valuable crew members. Yeah, I'll actually take sailor recovery speed. This has been raided, this has been raided. Raid everything. Punish the Scourge fleet. What's my... Yep, I can take more. These guys can explore. Giant's Grave. We get a new thing. Salahad Sun Eaters. Don't think the name is edgy enough. Then we can do a Colverin. Gotta wait until these guys are back. Influenza, quarantine the port. Alright. The Bawari are planning to establish a colony to our west. They harbor anti-Null and anti-Kra, our word for slavery, sentiments. They are also heavily investing into their navy. And such a power cannot be allowed to exist. Alrighty. Where did they go? Here they are. Replenish the Scourge fleet. When Mykx led her people to Aelantir, they were but a fleet fit for raiding the Divinal Sea. As such a fleet suffered a lot, and many ships have been decommissioned, scootaged, or mothballed since their journey began. It is time to regrow our strength on the seas. guys need a dock. New Callus also needs dock. Alrighty. Now we will load some of these boys up, take them over this way, wipe their fleet out. The Gazar Temple. The doors have been mined out and replaced. The interior has been redecorated into a null style. Dozens of rooms have been converted into bedrooms, libraries, and altars. Gratak's temple has become the primary seat of the Zabo cult in Aelantir. Alrighty. And yep, that gives us the Zabo cult. Worker slavery, yeah. Attached transports. Alrighty. This guy can come back, this guy can come out. Also need to build a fort right here. Nope, wrong place. And we also want to go privateer in the Trolls Bay. Won't keep him. Guy can also, nope, go back, privateer in the Trolls Bay. Alrighty, that should be everything. And we go set the sun on Semir. With the Bulwari in our grasp, we can decide their fate. As our troops pilfer through the trinkets collected by Sambir, by that fool Samir and his followers, it quickly becomes clear that the true treasure is not in his coffers, but the people in his town. What is their fate? Yeah, let them tilt in our soil. Wait, this is... These guys can come here. Alright, what else do we need? These guys need a shipyard. This is just fish. Alright, where's my navy? Here it is. take this guy, and they can go explore right there. Can go privateer in the Trolls Bay. This guy can go, nope, privateer in the Trolls Bay. What is fleet looking like? Just what I wanted, more stability loss. Human highwaymen, yeah, we'll tolerate them. Alrighty, there we go. That should keep us afloat for a little while. How many minutes are we at? 45, sorry, 47. Conquered dock plans. The docks of our rivals need to be ours, and they need to be fully operational. This would allow our fleets to operate both eastwards and westwards with more ease. What if we put this guy on here? Alrighty. That will help reduce our colonial maintenance just a little bit. Everything is cored. Alright, what do we need next? With the temple repaired and the cult having taken its place on the isle, voices have been raised to construct a pyre atop the temple that will continuously be fed both wood and bodies. The cult wishes for the state to allocate funds for such a project, and sees it as a good place to host the majority of the state's sacrificial rituals, as it would allow the cult to keep a close oversight to counter any unwanted side effects. To this end, they wish for a fort to be constructed around the temple, not only to more easily gather slaves, but also to deal with any demonic rifts that might appear. Everything is in place. Fortifications surround the temple of Graxar, for when, not if, rituals bring about hostile demonic visitations. A huge pyre and cranes for easily feeding it more wood has been assembled atop our temple. With the Everpyres, we will no longer have to rely on decentralized pyres. We can still use them to attain even more sacrifices. Okay. Hellfire Cannon Infuser. The Zabocult in Graxar has been working on being able to infuse demon power into the cannons of our navies. They have finally made a breakthrough. They claim to be able to infuse the cannons of our navy with hellfire, but doing so requires favors from demonic powers, and thus should only be done during wars in which our naval supremacy is not guaranteed. The modifier and whether it is active can be found on the province of Graxar. Okay. Okay. These guys can explore. Clammy Pass Sea. guys can get mothballed. We need to give these guys tribal host and governing capacity. There we go. And we should probably send a guy right here just to go ahead and finish this island off. Explore. Yeah, I'm going to do the west coast, which will be this area. Send to privateer in Trolls Bay. These guys can explore this area now. I haven't done anything boring. Let me send this guy around to just start raiding. Oh, can't raid that. Can raid that. Can raid that. Can go privateer in Trolls Bay. These guys can also go privateer in Trolls Bay. That should hopefully bring us up to 25%. Can go right to this province. The Troll Toll. The seas of the Trolls Bay are rife with plunder. Not a day goes by without a ship carrying treasure either arriving from or leaving for Canor. We must test how profitable it would be to set up a privateer fleet there. We should make the locals pay a toll either in riches or blood. Alrighty. There we go. Need a little bit more money. Erratica's gotten pretty big. They haven't flipped culture yet, I don't think. No, they haven't. Next war is going to be against the Duranic Trading Company, and we'll grab their province. Or grab their provinces, I mean. No, I can't afford to pay the admin. No, we don't care about orcs. We need admin, or we need Republic Tradition to do a lot of this stuff. Come on. Morale of armies is quite good. Tech 10, Tech 9. What kind of manpower do they have? Only 5,000. Yeah, we don't need Hellfire for them. Transport. And these guys can come back this way. They can pick up these guys. Mosey on over. We should win this. We have a ton of heavies versus they're just 2 heavies, but they do have some more light ships than us, which isn't the worst thing in the world. For us, I mean. Nope, can't raid that. Alrighty, there we go. Mission fulfilled. With the coast of Noruin mapped, we should increase our reach so that both captains and our fleet can successfully raid from every single town and city in Noruin. In fact, we should raid them all to see which ones are the richest. We're gonna just pop that. And then Raiders of Noruin. Alright. That. Raid that. Can't raid that. And Isolben. Call that and send them all the way up here. Just to change the culture over. They are gonna hurt the colony. Or not. exterminate them. Alrighty, I need 3 of these boys to come out. With this guy. They also need to just start exploring Calamity Pass. And explore Cleaved Sea. Okay, that's good. This needs a colonist. Western Broken Sea. Okay, another colonist. Alrighty, I think I'm going to call that an episode here. Thank you so much for watching. It hasn't been a super exciting episode, but it should get a little bit better. And have a good day.